This channel is proudly sponsored by pt13 Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop RPG where you play as monster girls, experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. Please check out the links in the description and in the pinned comment. And the Red Room Publishing. Please check out the link to their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products. They have recently released the wretched Armageddon Dark World War II setting. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Monster Wrangler, the core rulebook. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this Pokémon and Monster Rancher inspired tabletop RPG, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about sizes and bonded limits. When it comes to sizes, there are 5 sizes in this game. You have Tiny. These are creatures that are smaller than a juvenile human. Then there is Small. These are roughly the size of a human child. Then you have Medium. These are roughly the size of an adult human. Then you have Large, which are noticeably bigger than the average human, usually between 6 feet to 9 feet tall. And then you have Huge, which are incredibly big, and encompass all creatures more than 9 feet tall. While there are no inherent mechanical effects based on a creature's size, a number of techniques, traits, and abilities interact with a creature's size in various ways. It's also important to note that some effects might treat characters as being larger than Huge or smaller than Tiny, it depends. When it comes to riding and carrying, who wouldn't want to ride their monster around town? In addition to looking cool, it's just a great way to travel, especially if the monster is fast or able to fly. When determining whether a character can carry someone else, there are 2 main restrictions to consider: the size and the weight. If both restrictions are met, the carrying character can move normally, with no penalty to its movement. If only one of these restrictions is met, the carrying character can still move, albeit uncomfortably at half its normal movement. If neither restriction is met, the carrying character is overburdened and is unable to move. Some monsters are easier to ride than others, of course. This means that some monsters, particularly those with traits such as Cold Conductor or Internal Heat, that represent monsters with very high or very low body temperatures, can be extremely dangerous to ride without the right equipment. When it comes to bonded limits, while there is no limit to how many monsters a Wrangler might tame over the course of their career, traveling with more than a few monsters at any given time can be quite difficult. Each human character has a bonded limit that represents how many monsters she or he can manage at one time. If the number of monsters accompanying a Wrangler exceeds his or her bonded limit, then all of the monsters accompanying that Wrangler gain the agitated condition. When this happens, the Wrangler will have to choose if he or she should leave the monster behind, or perhaps deal with the creatures in their agitated state. Alternatively, a wealthier Wrangler might start up a ranch to care for their monsters while they are away. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to talk about effect durations and status effects. When it comes to this size and bonded limits, you need to figure out these things before actually playing the game. Otherwise, how are you going to be able to tell if the monster can fit in a particular area or section of the adventure site? Or maybe you are traveling with an entire circus of monsters. That is going to be quite ridiculous. They are obviously going to become more agitated because there are so many monsters for you to control at the same time. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel through PayPal or DriveThruRPG, the information will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment as well. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you and see you later.